What's up, crew? Welcome to another video. My name is John Connie, aka Bigman Syndrome. Yeah. Trying to go back to the monitor. Bio. Alright, so, whoa. Why is that happening? That seems weird. Jeez. Thought I was ready. Apparently not. Fit screen. Huh. Hmm. Whatever. Got this weird black box around me. Am I like streaming in 720? Whatever. All right, so as the title says, I want to. There's a loud bird in the back. I wanted to jump on real quick after having completed Murph. Have a lot on my mind regarding it, and I feel like I have not done good enough at just simply creating videos or making content the way I used to do it. You know, I got wrapped up in this need for like extravagant content. That was not necessarily to try to like catch up with other people online or be a certain way. I just wanted to produce more as much as possible. Um, so that's obviously one of the excuses for why I haven't been creating as often as I have used to. And it also just comes down to getting back to my roots, which is simply just creating to create and not really having a direct motive for myself, and keeping that sort of mindset to when I'm working with clients. Actually, the microphone's not even picking up that bird. That bird is so loud in my ears. Anyways, same sort of thing is applied to my lack of fitness or lack of training. I haven't really worked out consistently for 4 months, for the past 4 months. Every once in a while, I jump in the garage and do a couple things here and there. I signed up for the Naked program because they had a challenge with some cash money that you could potentially win or some prizes. And I thought, hey, maybe that's some motivation for me to get into the gym. And I might actually be canceling that subscription, going back to a gym nearby, and then signing up for brute strength because I always said that if I had to go back to it, I would, because I enjoyed that program a lot. Plus, that's the program that the gym that I'm looking at runs on, or at least the members run on it, or the coaches. That's a whole nother story that I think I will bring you guys in on, and that's just simply why I haven't really been repping Maddox method or showing that sort of side of my life. That was kind of a long story, and I just need to find the right way to discuss it. But this tangent way off. We sat down here to talk about Murph and where I currently am physically, and that's sort of for whatever reason branched off into why I'm not creating a lot or why I haven't been working out. The working out part is sort of in line with what I wanted to sit down and talk about today. And essentially, moral of the story right now is I am as out of shape as I've felt in a long time, and it freaking sucks. I had specific thoughts on the way home from the gym after doing Murph. I mean, first of all, if you don't follow me on Instagram at Bigmansyndrome, I posted a before and after picture basically. And before, I made the joke of, here we go, doing Murph. Been on a 4-month hiatus or more. And then afterwards, a picture of me dead with a timestamp of 2 hours and 15 minutes ish. There's two different clocks that ran. I didn't quite catch when my clock ended and the second class started. But after looking at my watch and assuming what time we started the workout, it was about 2 hours and 15 minutes, which is a horrendous Murph time. I did it RX, had a weight vest on. Really shouldn't have, but at this point, I just feel like I should do it, just because. And then I did it straight through, which is one of the harder ways to do Murph. And it's actually the RX way. So if you don't go 100 push-ups or 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats with the caps of mile runs, if you break it up or segment it, that's technically not RX. That's not how it was written. So I did it as RX 100%. and it destroyed me. All my weaknesses exposed, and just really, really, really showed how out of shape I am. I'm a little concerned by my stream health. It's like, it's in the yellow, and it shouldn't be. I need to do some setting up with my Streamlabs. I haven't touched it in a while. So, anyways, I guess the best way to start this so that I can maybe relive it and then get myself back in the car on the way back, because that's when I had most of the thoughts, or the thoughts on my mind that I wanted to share on this video. And so let's start from the beginning. It's like showing up thinking, I knew it was going to be a long workout. I think last year when I did it in the garage, I think I got like an hour and 40 minutes or something like that. Not a great time, but it was pretty good for where I was in my fitness. Having not trained a lot then either. And then from then until now, it's just been on and off with programs. And then I was still sort of training consistently. It wasn't really until the games, or was it? No, it was like right after my second series, after the 30-day redo and Vlogmas, things just sort of fell apart. Anyways, bring it back. So the mile run went out hot on the gates, so indicative of the Instagram post that I shared. It was the I think it's Michelangelo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's like, coach says to pace the workout. Cowabunga it is. That is me in a nutshell when it comes to workouts. And I had sort of this mindset too, because I had to pee, and the gym only had one bathroom and there was a line. So I was like, okay, well, the mile run goes out towards Campbell Track, and I'm going to go ahead and just jump into the community bathroom there and go to the bathroom. I sprinted out the gates, was in front of everybody, and then everyone caught up, and it was like somehow I went from in front to completely in back in like 2 seconds. Nothing wrong with that. I know I'm a terrible runner, but we ran around the track twice, got back. I think I was the second to last person back into the gym, and I got right into the pull-ups. I think I did a set of 8, thinking I was going to do 10, dropped down, and then it turned into 5s really quickly, turned into 3s. And like, it was kind of a struggle, because I've never been to this gym. It's my first time working out in this gym, and they have a very small rig in the middle, and a lot of people working out at the same time because it's Murph, it's Memorial Day. So you had to sort of wait for your turn on the pull-up bar, which was cool because I found somebody who was like kind of my height. We picked a spot, and he would go, and I would go, he would go. Every once in a while, a third person would like jump in randomly because they were doing the Cindy style, which gave me an opportunity to sort of rest as needed. So that was cool. And then one of these guys jumped in, and he like fully tore, blood all over the pull-up bar. So we had to take a moment to clean that spot because every other spot was taken. I couldn't really just jump on another pull-up bar. So that took some time. And then I finished, I got to, I think, 70-ish. And I ended up tearing, which I don't know if it'll go into focus right there, but you can kind of see there. And then my other hand, there's a little bit of tears and just like open wounds everywhere on the hands. So that slowed me down the pull-ups. Never crossed my mind that I might not finish this workout then. But when I jumped into the push-ups and I did my first set of 10, I believe, wasn't too bad. Pushed all the way through 50, and then after I finished 50, I was like, yep, this is going to be bad. Started doing 3s, or did I do 4s? Needless to say, I broke it up pretty heavily, and I, at some point in the pull-up or in the push-ups, I literally stopped. I think it was actually when I ended the 50. I'm like, I don't know if I can finish this. Like, I'm at 40-something minutes already, and I'm just starting my push-ups. And I just, I'm thinking I need to keep going as much as I can. So I kept going, and I think I got to 100, and that's when I started to think, okay, maybe I should take my weight vest off. Like, scaling as needed is sort of the mindset, but then you start to get into that sort of mental battle with, you're doing a hero WOD, you're doing something that's honoring somebody else who laid their life on the line. Like, they didn't take their shit off. They didn't, try to find the easier way to do what they were doing, fighting for freedom. So that kept my vest on and pushed as hard as I could to get those push-ups done. And at that point, I think I was at maybe like 180 of the push-ups, and my timer was getting close to already running out. I think I was hitting 70 minutes, and I started to think, okay, well, I'm either going to stop or I'm just going to keep going and just like take as much time as I need to get through this, because this is where I started to really feel how out of shape I was. Like, push-ups weren't always that hard for me. I mean, they were definitely a weakness, but they weren't super hard. But having to break down into twos and then sometimes singles for a push-up really didn't feel that great. So I sort of just made the decision that I'm just going to push through. I don't care how long this takes. I'm just going to get it done. Finished the push-ups finally, and I think my timer was at 90 minutes. I had 9 minutes to sort of get my squats done before my timer ran out, which obviously wasn't going to happen. I jumped up, did 15, paused for a second, did another 15, and my legs were already like filling up with lactic acid. So I think that at that point I was really, really struggling to like believe that I could push through the workout, because I was also feeling dizzy. I was probably a little bit dehydrated. I had a big, huge Yeti jug that I may have left at the gym. Dang it. Shoot. Dehydrated, and like I was just trying to like walk around. I do a set of 15, walk around, set of 15. I was trying to do bigger chunks, split up into twos. It's like 15, 15, rest longer, 15, rest longer. Got to 150, I think, and I went outside, did some squats out there, came back inside, got to 200, and I started sitting down in between sets because I was like all over the place, really, really, really considering stopping. They had started another class, like I think 40 minutes into my workout, and I was seeing people finish their Murph before I even got started with my last mile. And that's really when I started to think, God, I don't know that I want to finish this right now. But every single time I thought that, it was followed by that same thought of, I'm doing this workout for a reason. It's not to increase my fitness. It's not to, PR my time, which is sometimes a motivation, but really it just comes down to honoring somebody else who has the guts to finish what they started. So to honor them right, I need to finish what I started. So I get through my squats finally, go out for the run, come back in, and I am just blasted, which I'm actually surprised though. Like when I did Helen 2 weeks ago, I couldn't extend my arm all the way out, and that was only 60 pull-ups. So 100 pull-ups should have completely wrecked me, but I guess breaking it up differently was kind of the go-to method. So hung out for a little bit and then left the gym. I think the main thought that I had in the gym or in the car is, number one, how cool is CrossFit? Opinions aside of like what the actual movements are or what we do in this sport or this training method, how cool is it that we have specific benchmark workouts that are named to veterans that we can all collectively do and sort of celebrate in a different way? Like, it's pretty freaking cool. Like, I don't typically think about that stuff, and for whatever reason it crossed my mind. And I think mostly because how connected we are as a society, where I see posts from the UK, Team Richie and Jazz, they did Murph. They're not Americans. Pretty much all of the hero wads are American military heroes, but they're doing it. Like, they're honoring American heroes, which is freaking cool. And I'm sure there's tons of gyms around the world doing that type of workout. And the only reason why that's happening is because of CrossFit. Whatever thoughts people might have about CrossFit, that specific aspect is super freaking cool. And kind of exciting. The second thought that I had was more with my fitness and where I'm at physically. Like, I am, like I said, the most out of shape I felt in a while. Like, I probably am more out of shape than I was when I finished football and that transition to CrossFit. Like, I was big and bloated. Now, I am still fitter than I was then, so maybe I didn't feel that way because of how long I was that big. But now I feel out of shape in the way of, like, 31. I have 2 kids. I don't sleep that much. I'm stressing out about work a lot more, and trying to fit in fitness when I can is sort of the excuse that I'm going with. And that part of out of shape feels really shitty. I don't know if you've experienced it yourself, but it is a different beast. And where did I go with that? I had this specific thought in my mind. I thought it would be a great thing to share on here. I guess it's just that it's like, I think it's just compounded too long, and I really, really hate saying some sort of positive prospect of my future and then obviously not having it happen, because it's been too many times on this channel that I've said I wanted to do something and I end up not doing it. But something does have to change, because I'm definitely feeling pretty sloshy everywhere, including just walking around the house trying to get stuff done. And it could be a few factors, but I think my goal, it's good to talk about goals instead of promises to myself, but my goal is to start keto again tomorrow, slowly. I'm going to start fasting. I'm getting a lot of inspiration from Mark Bell, since he's been doing some longer fasts, and I've always wanted to try them. I just never seem to set it up right for myself. So I am going to, fast for 8 hours a day, or 12 hours, 14. Stop eating at 8 p.m., start eating at 3 p.m. the next day. And then I'm going to go back to what made me feel the best I've ever felt, and that's keto. At some point, I might actually test out like 2 weeks of carnivore just to see what that's all about, because I hear a lot of great things. And of course, I'm gonna do it. Actually, kind of excited about it because Butcher Box, I just signed up for my first one, and it came with a load of great meat, all I think locally sourced, grass fed, all the good stuff, organic. Every title that you can put on it that's good for you. So definitely gonna test that out at some point. And then my workout schedule, we're finally starting to put Madison into daycare. Not super consistently, just because she's still really young, and we're just not comfortable at that age doing full time, and it's probably not gonna be for full days ever. But I'm gonna start doing at least every Monday, and then potentially every Thursday, because on Mondays I'm now recording a podcast with a local realty firm. And then I have a couple of other things that are starting to line up where I need to have at least 1 to 2 days a week where I'm sitting and just getting work done. Madison's nap schedules just haven't been consistent enough. So this is going to be a huge, huge turn for me, especially as I start to line up these bigger contracts, which I'm super excited about. I'll probably share with you sometime soon. Where is that going? Oh, workout schedules. So Monday and potentially Thursday for sure are going to be in a gym. They're not going to be in the garage. I'm not able to build up enough motivation to do stuff in here. Plus, like I told you, actually I didn't tell you, I recorded a vlog and didn't upload it because it got cut short by life. But I got some Titan drop pads, so when I drop weights overhead to the ground, they make less sound, and it reduces the impact to the concrete. I've been cracking the concrete there. Not great. We don't own this place. It was already cracked. Promise. I'm just cracking it more. So got those, but it's so dirty in here all the time because the garage door isn't sealed. So it's just more and more excuses for me. So to eliminate those excuses, I need to go back to what made it so much easier for me, and that's showing up to a gym at least twice a week. On those other 2 days a week, I'm going to just, make it a freaking requirement in my life to get in here in the garage at 9 a.m. when I put Madison down. No dilly-dallying or screwing around. I have an issue with like getting into the garage and doing a bunch of stuff before I start working out, which eliminates like 10 to 20 minutes of the time that I have, which is typically at that 9 o'clock time frame, only 40 minutes. So Monday, CrossFit Currahee is where I'm potentially going to be going. Most likely, that's where I'm going. Tuesdays in the garage, 9 a.m. So noon Mondays, 9 a.m. Tuesdays. Rest day is going to be Wednesday, most likely. Thursday is going to be at Currahee at noon. Friday, 9 a.m. here. Saturday, I really, really, really want to work out with the family. I think Dylan really enjoys it. We have a barbell for her. Everybody has barbells. And I think it would just be an awesome time for us to do something as a family. Madison will either be napping at the time or, we'll put her in the stroller and we'll bring her outside with us. And we'll just have a full-on family fun day. Then Sunday's rest day. So 2 days rest, 3 days rest is going to be the schedule. And we'll see how that goes. Like, I'm going to do my best to consistently do that. I feel like my camera is leaning more and more. I'll find out on the playback. So that is about it. That was what was on my mind. Feeling as out of shape as I do, I really just need to get consistent. Some takeaways from the video that I really want to put out there or keep out there is, one, CrossFit's awesome. Regardless of how you feel about it, there's a lot of elements to it that are just plain awesome. Give me a sport, any sport that has named workouts that everyone can collectively do together, no matter where you are, and honor something. It's just so cool. I could be completely naive right now about it, but I'm pretty sure there's no other sport that does that, or training method. And then most importantly, for those of you who are in a similar boat that I am, where you're struggling with trying to get workouts done or find space in your day to do workouts or pushing through workouts, don't let negative self-talk stop you from completing a workout, regardless of the type of workout. Today in particular was very, very motivating, because it's the type of workout where you cannot stop because somebody else lost their life because they did not stop. It's kind of a rough statement, but how can I stop if who I'm honoring just would not have in their own respect? So even if it's not that type of workout, just mentally shut down any negativity and keep moving. Find a pace that works. Even if it takes the class 10 minutes to finish a workout and you're going on 30 minutes, keep pushing through. Now, I will say that if it does take you that long, learn from it. Anecdotal advice from what I just said. Always scale when you need to, but if you don't scale and you end up taking a long time, learn from it. Different video, I guess. But yeah, I guess some housekeeping, a little updates. Feeling very iffy about the YouTube channel. Sorry to those of you who feel like I keep tugging you back and forth as far as I'm dedicated, I'm not dedicated, I'm dedicated, I'm not dedicated. I'm sending a proposal to a company very, very soon in hopes to secure a very, very good relationship, and it's going to take a lot of my time. So I don't think that I'm going to be able to shoot and edit for myself. There's potential in the future that if I am able to secure this and then secure another one with it, like a contact that I have is going to introduce me to another one. In that case, I probably will shoot for myself and then find an editor. Even though I love editing my own stuff, that's the part that takes the longest and it's the hardest to do. I typically don't shoot knowing that it's going to take me too long to edit it. So if anything, editing is the limiting factor. So if I can find an editor that can edit for me, that'll be awesome. But until then, I will be uploading as I can or going live as I can. And there's a ton of different things that I want to talk about that I think I'm going to start doing this. and clean it up as I go, where I just sit down, tell you what's on my mind, and talk about a few topics. I think the next one that I want to do is sort of just an informal discussion on why I started CrossFit and why I still CrossFit to this day. Why I will say that I want to do weightlifting, but for whatever reason stay with CrossFit. Like, there's just a lot of different reasons why. So sort of just like informal sit downs talking about that type of stuff. Sarah and I are in the process of securing a lot in Sacramento. It's the Sacramento area, and are super, super excited because it is the first step to getting our house. And we went through some like ups and downs as far as mentally how we felt about it, and finally we did the pre-approval process, and we're essentially good to go, and we will be potentially looking at a November move. So that's super exciting, and I wanted to bring that up because, like I said before, I wanted to bring you along for the ride as far as the house shopping and all that stuff. But sometimes it's just really awkward when you have somebody who's not typically in your group, and you're going to shoot a video. So like, our realtor was with us the first time. The second time we were kind of rushed, and this next time that we go up there, it'll be for design. So we'll see. If I pull out the camera, I pull out the camera. What else? I think that's about it, at least for what I can bring up. Yeah, so if you enjoyed it, thanks for watching. If you made it this far on the playback, because I think there was like 2 watching live the whole entire time, and then 1 just finally dropped off just now. I'll be live sometime soon again. I think this is the easier way for me to get content out there, or to talk or discuss or do stuff like that. I'd like to find a way to get more people involved, whether that be a guest on live with me talking, or let everyone know that what time I'm going live so you can join me and ask questions. If you do have any questions for me about what I might have just talked about, leave it down in the comments below. I will happily answer those questions in the next live stream. So with that said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're new, join the crew. And if you're not new, tap and go that like button, leave a comment, share this video. Those are things that help grow the crew. And until the next one, I'll see you later, crew. Yeah.